On fiscal framework and population, municipalities have worked closely with Conservative federal governments for a long time, and we've made important progress together, as has been noted. Melissa, you represent a growing community in Thornhill, less than an hour north of here, and I'm sure you've seen firsthand the growing set of responsibilities that municipalities need to face head-on. Cities and municipalities have had to take on new roles with respect to health, social services, housing, and economic development, and long-standing municipal responsibilities like community safety, waste management, water and wastewater services, and more are becoming more complex due to growing challenges linked to mental health and climate change. And this is before we consider the rate of Canada's population growth as forecast over the coming years. Cities and communities are growing quickly, and that's a good thing. But our fiscal framework doesn't provide the tools to keep up. Municipalities are still tied to a framework designed for Canada as it was decades ago, not the challenges of 2023. We need to have a national conversation about those tools if we're going to achieve the progress we need on housing, growing our economy, and more. Can we count on you and the Conservative Party of Canada to engage with FCM and municipalities in a direct conversation on intergovernmental partnerships and the tools for municipalities?
This is like a yes, no, easy question. Well, of course the answer is yes. And we have engaged in the past, and past Conservative governments have been here, and we're here with you today. As an opposition party, scoping out the ideas and the needs that exist. Look, I think much of the issues in social cohesion of our own communities have to do with sort of the abdication of the responsibility of the federal government on things that we do control. We've got an outrageous crime problem in Toronto, in the GTA. We have a 32% increase in violent crime, in repeat violent offenders, frankly not behind bars. We've got a broken bail system. Of the 42 murders in Toronto last year, 22 of them were committed by those out on bail. The stats are even more staggering for Vancouver, where 6,000 crimes, not all violent crimes, were committed by 40 people. It's 150 crimes a year on average per person. It's like one at lunch and one at dinner. And the bail system allows this to keep happening. So if we're going to get serious about the levers of the federal government, then we've got to get serious where we have the effect that the pressure that is put on the municipalities is taken off. And of course that includes consultation with municipalities on all of the things with regard to what the fiscal framework of municipalities just doesn't support. We've got to do our part too. The same goes on addiction and mental health treatment. Lots of dollars, lots of promises, but the results just aren't there. We're starting to have, for the first time, and one that is well overdue, a national conversation on safe supply, or drug supply, actually, government-funded drug supply. And I hope that conversation shifts into addiction supports, into mental health, into the pillars of housing that is not just doling out drugs. And that's going to take, again, pressure off of the municipalities in the things that you shouldn't be doing, the things that you were never going to do, the things that you were never set up to do, but the things that have been forced into your backyard by, I think, by a federal government that's been absent on some of these big policy files. So yeah, we'll have our conversation in Ottawa, and that should include you at the table, and that should include one that talks about how to take some of the pressure off with the things that we could be doing better today.